It's an easy, fast dollar. How organized retail theft rings in one Ohio town use Facebook Marketplace to sell stolen goods. So, I just want to start off by saying I am not endorsing anything. I am not advocating for anything. I am not recommending anything. I am a podcaster who covers news and things adjacent to politics. And so this was in the news. So it's an easy, fast dollar. We know that there is a pandemic going on. There's a labor shortage. The economy's crashing. There's an economic depression, the likes of which we've never seen. We've just reached new coronavirus cases, right? So it's like, all right, it's a fast dollar, So let's check this out. One thief said he made $2,500 a day stealing power tools before he was arrested. You make more money than you do selling drugs, and it's less jail time? Yo.
In, there weren't the extra songs.
The season of giving winds down, the season of returning is just getting started.
I'm returning a lot.
But for many retailers, processing those unwanted items can cost 2/3 of their original price when factoring in labor, transportation, and the warehouse space to stash all that stuff, especially as our nation faces supply chain issues. Experts say that's why some retailers like Target, Amazon, and Walmart might offer loyal customers a little-known option: get a refund, but keep the goods.
The cost of reverse shipping merchandise that customers no longer want to keep often far exceeds the value of that merchandise in the first place.
But experts say don't count on...
Think about this. If I'm buying a new purse for $50, let's say, right? And it's not worth the $3 in shipping to send back, maybe, just maybe, I shouldn't have been spending that much money on that stupid bullshit from the jump. You ever think about how most of this shit costs $2 to make? Like the materials to make clothes cost fucking $3 to make, and they're manufactured with sweatshop labor, with child labor and slave labor, right? Then you buy them for $30, $40, $50. You ever think about that? Because I do. But anyway.
Keeping high-priced items. The policies apply on a case-by-case basis to smaller, lower-cost goods like clothes, household items, or toys. Music lover Emily Del Grosso was surprised to get her...
Music lover. I love that, she's the music lover. Is Andrew Kohler in the chat? The doctorate of musicology in the chat? We got a music lover, so check this out.
Her money back on an album she bought.
I had heard that Target had an exclusive vinyl with specific songs. Once it finally came in, there weren't the extra songs on it, so it wasn't as described.
She says Target issued her a full refund, advising her to donate, recycle, or keep the item.
It caught me off guard, but I was happy with it because I got my money and a product.
Policies like these are not guaranteed, though, so check store return rules online, in the apps, or call customer service.
They may take it back, they may not. But for customers shouldn't go in to this thinking, oh, well, we'll be able to keep this.
So it seems that this video is completely unrelated to the actual article, but, I'm sharing that anyway. So buy some toys for Christmas, even though Christmas was last week. And then, so did you buy toys? Return them. Your kid doesn't like them. And then you get to keep the toys, and then you get the money. And so, anyway, I'm going to share that with you. But apparently this video is completely unrelated. So let's just read the article too. He called himself Rick Nye, at least on Facebook Marketplace. His friendly profile picture featured a little girl giving him a hug. His page was filled with great deals. Deeply discounted power tools still in the box. Nye's social media presence was unremarkable for a man from this suburb just south of Toledo. He looked like just another guy who had extra equipment to offer. What is this fucking description? Is this the fucking synopsis you read on, is this a Netflix description for a horror film? He called himself Rick Nye. His friendly profile picture featured a little girl giving him a hug. What the fuck? Someone wanted the Husqvarna chainsaw he had advertised for $250, nearly half off the sticker price at the nearby Lowe's. Nye agreed to meet his customer at the parking lot near the Beaumont Inn. The buyer got the chainsaw, and Nye drove off in his Ford F-150 with a fresh wad of bills. What is this? This is some storytelling, folks. There is some intense storytelling. Whoever wrote this article by Simone and Andrew Blanc, they're really like, they were like, all right, you know, I'm going to try to puff out my little creative writing skills a little bit. The next day, Nye, 44, was behind bars. He was eventually charged with helping to lead an organized crime ring that spanned Michigan and Ohio. He is now in state prison serving a 5-year sentence for his role in what police say is a growing illegal industry, massive organized retail theft, in which internet-savvy criminals shoplift pricey items from the shelves of big-box retailers. They sell the loot on Facebook Marketplace and similar sites. It's big money, said Detective Sergeant Todd Curtis of the... We're not going to put up with it. We're not going to tolerate it. Folks, I want to let you know, again, I'm not endorsing anything. Look at this fucking prick, by the way. Look at this guy. Detective Sergeant Todd Curtis of the Perrysburg Township Police Department holds a stolen husband that he bought undercover from Richard Nye. Like, folks, you ever wonder why someone would steal? Think about this. We live in a world where you need money to live. You need money to eat food. You need money to stay warm in the winter. You need money to buy medicine. You need money to buy clothes. You need money to buy shelter. We are living in a historic economic depression, right? There's a pandemic going on. You ever wonder why people would need money? I would like to remind everyone, these stores steal more from the American people than anyone could ever possibly steal with Facebook Marketplace. If you look at wage theft, employers, like if their worker is, you know, their minimum wage is $7.25, right? So, let's say sometimes your average wage will be $6.73. And it's on you to check your pay stubs and to calculate taxes and make sure you're getting paid properly. But a lot of the time, you're not. And a lot of the time, people don't look at their pay stubs and they realize, or they don't realize that they're being taken advantage of. Wage theft is one of the biggest areas of theft in the United States of America. Now let's talk about taxation. These corporations pay, in a lot of instances, negative tax rates because they get subsidies and tax breaks because of their status as big sellers. So, they get paid to start up these organized wage theft rings, and then no one gets held accountable. Right? So, I'm just saying, like, I have no problem with someone who steals. I have no problem with someone who goes somewhere. I mean, personally, buying a chainsaw might be, you know, that it's, I don't know how you're going to steal a chainsaw, right? Like, steal some Yu-Gi-Oh cards or something, right? But I'm not endorsing it. Andrew Kohler, $5. What's the greater crime, robbing a bank or founding one? There you go. I can't read that guy's name, I'm sorry, but there you go. But again, the role of police is not to be moral arbiters and keep the peace and to uphold the fabric of society. The role of police are to protect the owners. And the owners have created a system in which they can steal from you, they can steal from your government, they can steal from your family, and they can get away with it. Why did they create that system, and how did they create that system? Well, because they bought all the politicians. And the politicians changed the laws and the rules, and they bought the police, and they enforced the laws and the rules that have been changed by the politicians, so that only poor criminals get held accountable. If you're a rich criminal, you're not a criminal. You're just doing your job. You're just called business as usual. It depends on your income bracket. You can do the same amount of crime, the same style of crime. All it depends is how much money you can steal. If you can meet a certain threshold, you're fine. You're a CEO. You're a business executive. If you don't meet that threshold, you're a low-level thief. You're an organized criminal. Curtis is one of the trio of investigators, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. That's being overlooked. Law enforcement officials say big tech, and what big tech watchdogs say is the role of online resale sites play in the surge. I don't care. Before the world was wired, people who resold items, stolen or not, usually had to use their names or show their faces. They bought classified ads in the newspaper, blah, blah, blah. The internet changed everything, okay, in recent years. The spokesperson, yeah, e-commerce sites, okay, whatever. Anyway, you get the gist. People buy shit or steal shit and then sell it online. That's the gist. And cops, of course they're going to uphold capital. So fuck cops. I'm not advocating to break the law. And if you do, don't get caught. And if you got caught, it's not my problem. But anyway, just wanted to talk about that. Folks, I am